Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of this project. We're about midway in the renovation of this nice little house. So let me show you a little bit what we have going around here. First thing I did was set up a little workplace. It's my little workbench. Put up a tarp and got all of the furniture they left behind out here, out of the rain. And what you see here is all of the scrap, the junk that I took out, tore out from that house. So we've got in here flooring, sheetrock, old sheetrock. This thing here, this really cheap fake wood paneling that was all coming apart. This house was built I suspect in the 50s, but you see the flooring here, had like 3 layers of flooring, probably one in the 70s, one in the 80s, one in the 90s, you know. And then they 2 of the rooms had shag carpet, this old disgusting 40-year-old carpet. Ugh, that was one of the first things that had to go. And then so yeah, this here's a lot of hard work, but it's great. It's fun to do. So one of our philosophy here is to try to renovate the house by keeping the rustic look, because it's an old house, and as you will see inside, a lot of rustic attributes. And so one of the things we decided to do was to like look for reclaimed wood, reclaimed material. You see like these tin sidings here, or roof panels, come from an old barn that fell during the Katrina, during the high winds of Katrina. And that here too, see, this is like semi-transparent, and it'll look nice on a tool shed, the roof of a tool shed that I'll be building. A lot of this wood comes from that barn too, and some of the other wood was donated. Some is very old, but again, it could be sanded and then used for aesthetics, because old wood kind of looks nicer than the new greenish, yellow greenish stained wood, you know. So let's see here. Now this house had no electricity. It was no electricity. The plumbing had to be redo. The gas, no gas, nothing in here. So that's the one thing here I was not capable of doing, was getting this here installed, getting it also up to code. I don't know the code. The codes are different in each state, and in each county. It gets complicated. And then so that we got an electrician to do. So yeah, so I'm going to take you through the first steps, several first steps that needed our attention here in this renovation project. All right? See you on the other side. Exterior. Now, being an old house, some of these panels were completely rotten, and there was actually holes in that house. We could see daylight from inside. So one of the things I did is I tore down, and I'm not done because there's more down there. There's a bit here and there. eventually the whole thing will have to be redone, but for now we're just making it livable, right? So what I did is I tore down, you could see all the scrap, you see here how this thing was like rotting away. And then I got some wood here and started rebuilding, okay? Now once this is painted white, it'll kind of blend in with the rest. Not a big deal. This was an interesting project. I mean, a lot of the studs behind this were rotten. I had to put new studs. I had to put studs to solidify that window. And as you could see, and luckily for us, this is the only part of the house that seems to have had termites. Right, so this is why this corner of the house was pretty also shot. Now, what this means is I'm going to have to put more cinder blocks in places that are not so broken down to make sure that there's structural integrity here. Okay. While I'm here, this side of the house, let me show you some plumbing here. Now, first thing I did is I wanted to install a valve, looking at the plumbing, to shut down the entire water, the city water coming into this house. I had to figure out the plumbing. It's old, to say the least, and a lot of these PVC pipes needed to be replaced, which I did. Plumbing with PVC is really easy, and it's I find it fun. So, but my plan was to dig. This is where all the water starts to come in. I was going to dig all the way to the water meter, and then on my way I found this connection from galvanized steel to PVC and faucet. So we did have a valve that shuts down the entire house, which was good because I was going to put one in. But now this see this pipe there connects the toilet, and it goes to a septic tank. That's the only water that goes to a septic tank. You see, this here is the bathtub, and it goes to, ta-da, right here. And then the same goes for the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the washer, the water coming out from the washing machine. It all just goes out to like under the house or somewhere near the house. So in another project I will show you what I'll be doing with this, but I'm going to put in some pipe, collect all that gray water. This is what they call gray water. And I will dig a trench in the backyard in the garden and create a wetland, a little wet zone where all this water will be diverted, and then we'll put in plants that like to have wet feet. So this will be a really neat project. I was going to first collect the gray water and use it, put it on a pump and use it like for maybe with a filter to flush the toilet or things like that, which I might still do, but not at the first step. Okay, we're gonna just try to get this livable. So this is yeah, this little part. Okay, let's walk inside the house and have a look. Okay, let's see where we're at in the mid portion of this renovation. Mid portion, at least for the house. The garden and the land around will be a lot more work. Have a look at the first video called the what's it called again? The before video, to see the difference. Okay, so here's what happened. I got in here and tore down all that flooring and found these really nice thick wood floors. The original floors of the house that were protected, and you can see it has really nice wood textures on it. You know, it's gonna look nice once sanded down and taken care of. So, okay, I got rid of all the clutter. Here, let me go in the corner so you can have a look at this room. Oh, let me close the door. Okay, this is a very spacious room, and we're going to keep it uncluttered. This is not going to be the typical living room with a plasma screen TV, sofas and all. It's going to stay open. It's going to be like a yoga meditation room, and all sorts of nice calm, relaxing activities here. Keep the energy flowing in here. So here's a nice thing. Once I tore down all the sheetrock from this ceiling, what did I find? Well, we found a cathedral roof here, okay? And it looks really nice. It's in good condition. They must have redone that roof. And so, now this gave us the idea to keep it open. And these, I think they're called joists, are going to go. I'm going to take them down. But I'm going to be careful to not create problems with the integrity of this house, because they serve a purpose. You see, this roof is very heavy and it's pushing on these walls, right? And so because these joists are connected to this beam, they're kind of like holding the wall in that direction, and so it doesn't push too hard on that direction. But working for us is that we've got some here that will stay here on this side, and all on that half of that house down there will stay there. So we're only removing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. But still, once I remove them, I'll take them and just put them up higher, and I'll brace, you see, this part of the roof with that part of the roof higher up, and I'll just need to put maybe 3 of them, you see. Then that should take care of the structural integrity, and then it'll make this area completely open. It'll be really nice. And I got the electrician to put a box up there because we'll put a ceiling fan. And you can see here the work of the electrician. All of this will be hidden because I'm going to be putting that tin there, that barn siding, insulate and put the siding here. And on the top, we're just going to put insulation and then some wood all the way down, and then reclaimed wood from a barn or something like that, a fence, all the way down. So it'll be still very high up and insulated. Okay. These floors are everywhere in the house. So this was rug, big carpets here I pulled out, and the kitchen the same was that, what is it called, the linoleum, that vinyl or whatever tile. This is what's going to be the bedroom, same thing, really nice floors in here. And yeah, here we're going to keep the ceiling just to make it warmer. It'll be easier in the winter. Not that the winters are very cold here, but still, it gets down in the 30s. So, okay, here, this wallpaper is old, pretty hard to get out. I'm not going to struggle too much with it. I'm actually going to put mud, drywall cement on top of it, and I'm going to do skip trowel, which is adding texture to the cement. So this will look nice. We had many wonderful surprises in the kitchen pulling this flooring out. First of all was this beautiful wood. Then pulling the sheetrock from this wall exposed this really nice wooden wall. You see? And so there is no reason to be putting sheetrock or anything. Keeping this rustic look is the goal here. Maybe we're going to just sand it a bit and stain it. And then pulling the sheetrock from this ceiling and taking all of the wood and all of the paneling and everything, expose this wonderful old wooden ceiling, which we're going to keep like that. See? So it's going to be all this old wood, and then this is going to stay like that, like the old homes of the pioneers, you know, these that came here. And see, this here is still wood, and that's actually the end of the house, because this is an extension right here. So that was the end of the house. So this wood was protected for all these years. So we're going to sand that and stain it so that it has a uniform color and it looks fresh. So this is wonderful, see? And so this kitchen is starting to look nice. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to paint all of this here, make it look fresh. Here, I just put in these panels here, this wood, because the counters were really in a bad state. So I just added a layer of wood here, if we could see. And then we're going to put some tiles here. And see, in the back here, I tore all of this sheetrock out. And what we're going to be doing is putting, as you can see, this here, right? This is where this will go. And so it'll be this wood and then this tin paneling all around here and then here. Okay? So it'll be, like I said, very rustic looking. This room is going to be what we call a boudoir. Boudoir is a room to relax, to read, and people watch TV, but we don't have a TV and we don't want a TV. This is the room that on the outside that was there was holes in the wall, so I redid that, and I've been basically putting up some sheetrock here. Okay, so, and then this here I tore down because it was that, I showed you this awful looking fake wood that was peeling. I took that off. I'm going to put some sheetrock. So here will be some sheetrock. The bathroom is here. This wall here, I'll put in some wood, reclaimed wood, so it'll be nice, a nice wood finish. The bathroom in here will be that tin there from the barn. We're going to put in the bathroom. The lower part, the higher part, I'll put some mud and then I'll do the skip trowel, so it'll have an old look to it. These boards here were completely rotten. I pulled them out and I put some new ones. And then that toilet underneath, you can't see, but I pulled the toilet off, and it was all rotten. That little wax ring was completely gone, and I had to patch everything up in there and put some new stuff. So the toilet's now good to go. One last thing here I'd like to talk about is, you see, these are gas heaters, old gas heaters, and the gas man, they told us that we needed to put a valve here on each of these pipes that connects to the heater. So because none of them had it. It was not a very safe design. And these, see this pipe here that's yellow, I had to put, because this is up to code, and you see there's a little like Teflon tape in there. Yellow is for gas. See, all pipes that are yellow, everything yellow is now code for gas. If you do plumbing, that little tape is white. So yeah, and so I had to put that, because a lot of these pipes were so old, they were cracked. They probably leaked. It probably smelled gas in here. I don't know how they did it. They lived in these conditions. So there you go. That's where we're at right now, and I'll keep you informed as I make progress, as we make progress, all of us here fixing this house. And then yeah, so the water heater I have to check. We're gonna get the power in here pretty soon. The electrician finished yesterday, but I'm going to have to do like the remaining part, just hooking up the last things and checking the breakers one by one and all that stuff. So okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in a few weeks once I have enough, I have done enough work to merit another update. Alright, take care. Love you all.